Well, our naughty little boy is making Buffalo have the worst afternoon ever. He's chasing them all over, and it's because there's a single buffalo that's got a serious wound from what looks like where lions have grabbed it on the back, and so it's bleeding profusely, and he's toying with them. He keeps following them around, and it's causing much panic with these buffalo at the moment. It's been quite entertaining just to watch him because he's such a small little boy. He theoretically should not be giving the buffalo any sort of problems, but buffalo being buffalo, sometimes they're not sure. BK, let's go a little bit closer because he's drinking now. So the buffalo have run off. This used to be the haunt of Hosanna and Tamba. We used to find them here regularly, and we haven't really been driving here much because, well, there hasn't been a lot of leopard activity. So it's really cool to be with the young male leopard again and his antics behind a dam wall. So I'm having the best afternoon with this little guy. He's super cool. Still a little bit nervy. He's not 100% with the vehicles just yet. He kind of twitches and looks at you every now and then, and he's not as kind of relaxed as what Tamba and Hosanna were, but he's getting there. I mean, he's obviously spending more time on his own now from the reports that I've heard. Even though it's the first time I've seen him, you hear a lot about him. He's spending a lot more time on his own, and it seems like he's growing in confidence. Vehicles are spending more time with him, and therefore he's starting to work out that we're not really something to worry about. But it's quite common in a sort of litter when you've got two, so two cubs, that one is a little bit more shy than the other one. So the female's a bit more relaxed than he is. Nope, we're going to sniff around. Look at that. Isn't that magnificent? What are you doing, boy? Now, just now, he had the best game with a stick that he was biting, and he was rubbing himself on, and he was hugging the branch. So let's see if he does it again with this one. I think he's being attacked by biting flies at this stage as well, from where the buffalo have been lying in the mud. But I want to see if he... No. How are you going to cross to this side? Let's see if he gives us a little jump, or if he's just going to walk around. I think he's going to jump over at some point. Or we're going to lie there. So cool. So he does look like he has very dark kind of eyeliner. He is beautiful though. Look at that. Of course, he's going to grow a lot more. He's only about half the size of what he will be. At this stage, he's probably very close to the size of his mother. So to give you an idea, if you had to take a leopard that we know very well, Tlalamba is about the same size as what he is now. He's probably a little bit bulkier, but he's the same sort of length and height, and even his head size is pretty similar. And so he's still going to go probably double the size of what he is right now. So he's got a lot of growing still to do. And his danger element of his life is the most dangerous part is past, but he's going to go through a very critical phase now where a lot of leopards come unstuck, which is when they leave their mother and have to start fending them for themselves. So it's going to be interesting to follow that little journey over the next few months. He certainly is got a lot ahead of him if he's going to become a powerhouse male leopard somewhere in the ecosystem that is the Greater Kruger Park. Well, we have the most crazy antics with this little guy. He is rolling around and playing and biting branches and doing everything that you could ask for from a leopard to be entertaining. He looks like he's having the best time. I think he's found himself a little bit of mud or maybe buffalo dung. There was something there that he's enjoying rolling around in. You can see he's... What are you doing, silly? I like him already. He's got a lot of character, that's for sure. You can hear the Franklins are complaining at him, but he's paying no attention because he's too busy having the best time and rolling around and doing his thing. Franklins, he's not chasing you. Leave him alone. Shame. This is super cute. What you doing, boy? He's gotten himself into like a little thicket that he seems to like. He kind of came out of it and then went back in and came out and back in again. So he seemingly is quite happy where he is. He's enjoying his little spot under the tree. Now, the reason why a lot of leopards like this particular section, particularly young leopards, is that there's a lot of water behind the dam wall. There's also a lot of prey animals that come down to this area, especially at this time of the year. And the third big part about it is that it's got a lot of dense, thick areas, so it's a perfect place to hide. There's a lodge close by, so if something like potentially a lion comes and tries to chase them, they're able to get in under decks and kind of be able to hide away and utilize these thickets and this drainage section in order to hide. So it's always been a popular spot for leopards. Ever since I used to work at Chitwa in 2011, 2012, we used to find leopards here very regularly, including, Tandi, Karula. They all used to come down here from time to time, particularly Tandi. I mean, she used to live around the lodge. So it's just a succession that's taken place over time. It's just as soon as one leopard vacates this area, another one comes in, because it's just such ideal habitat. And it makes for the best place for learning as well. Because of the wetland environment here, there's a lot of birds, which makes for good hunting practice for younger animals. Have you got elephant tongue now? Don't you love it when these guys just roll over onto their backs?